So welcome. If you're a beginner, well, this video is just for you. I talk a lot about left-hand patterns here on this channel, and I just want to break it down to you. How am I creating these left-hand patterns? All right, what is the music theory behind them? Well, it's simple. What I'm playing right now is what I build my left-hand patterns off of. So this simple pattern leads to many great patterns. But let me show you how to build it and the music theory behind it. Today we're going to start off with another one of my favorite songs, Over the Rainbow. So you have to pay attention to the chord symbols. And chord symbols are indicating as what your left hand could play. It's a suggestion. And it's above the staff line here for the treble clef. So you want to ask yourself, well, what is the root note? And it's simple. C. That is C major, the chord, and C being the root note, all right? What about the rest of these two notes that I'm playing to make this pattern? How do you figure it out? The first question you have to ask yourself, what is the root note in the C major scale? What is the fifth note in the C major scale? And what is the eighth note in the C major scale, or the octave? So you ask yourself these three questions and you'll get to play this pattern. It'll be easy. So, C major. C is the first note. How do I know that G is the second note to play? Well, in the directions I just told you, we need to go up 5 keys. The fifth note. What is the fifth note in the C major scale? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, there it is. Now, a quick way to ask yourself what the next note would be is what is the nearest C note to play? I just need my thumb to play another C. Well, the closest one is here, obviously. So this gets you to play, and knowing your major scales is key here. What about this? E minor. This is another pattern. Same kind of thing, but with different notes. All right, E minor. Look at the letter name in the chord symbol, E. That implies that the root note is E. What is the fifth note in the E minor scale? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Great, we got that note. Now, just find the next closest E with your thumb. It's right here. Now you're probably saying, Michael, how do I figure out an E minor scale? Well, it's really easy. Stick around till the end of the video and I'll explain to you step by step on how to figure out the E minor scale. What about F? All right, we find the root note. F being the first note. What is the fifth note in the F major scale? There it is. It's C. And then find the nearest F with your thumb. There it is. And we already went over the C major left-hand pattern. So let me just play up to this point and see what we got. Great, we're making headway. And you're probably wondering, what are you doing in your left hand? There's some repetition here. Well, look closely. I'm playing this. Root, fifth, higher C, to the fifth, back to the root. I'm doing that same pattern for everything. Moving on. Oh, we haven't done this chord change yet. Well, what is the chord symbol? G. All right, that implies the first note in our left hand is going to be G. All right, most often played with the pinky. What is the fifth note in the G major scale? Let's find out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's D. And find the nearest G with your thumb. There it is. Let's play it. We did all the chord changes. Now, E minor. What do we do with this thing? Well, check it out. In order to find a minor scale, there's a couple types of minor scales, but if you settle on natural minor or Aeolian, that's the mode I'm talking about, it's really easy. And so finding a natural minor scale is going to be the easiest part. So E minor, E being the root note. Okay, how do I know how to play this scale for the E minor? Okay, so all we have to do is ask ourselves, for E minor, what is a minor third up from E? And a minor third is 3 half steps. So I'm going to go slow. Stay with me here. We need to find a minor third above E. Here we go. We're going to count 3 half steps because a minor third is 3 half steps. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It's G. You follow me now? So, a minor third up from E is G. Well, G what? Then you say G major. So whatever note you land on from a minor third, make it a major scale. So a minor third up from E minor is G major. Okay? So we want to play the G major scale starting on E. And that's how you're going to get your E natural minor scale. So the G major scale would be this. Now, just play the G major scale starting on E. Well, you still don't believe me? You think it's a different scale? Well, look. Just by noticing the sound, I'll stop on G. I won't go any higher than that. That's all I'm doing to figure out the E minor scale. So you could call it E minor, E natural minor, E Aeolian. That's a mode. It's the 6th mode. So all we need to do, ask yourself, a recap. E minor, go up a minor third from E, which is 3 half steps. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's G. What? Just play the G major scale starting on E. That's how I'm getting my E minor scale. So, in order to construct an E minor chord with this simple left-hand pattern, you don't have to go through the trouble of finding all these notes. It's just the E and B. But if you wanted to count 5 notes from E to find the second note in this pattern, you would need to play the E minor scale. You would need to know it. Here's E. 5 notes. The fifth note in the E minor scale is B. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then find E with your thumb. So I hope this makes sense. Don't be afraid of minor chords and trying to figure them out. This is easy. I just wanted to explain some music theory to you so you could understand what I'm doing with these left-hand patterns. So thank you for sticking all the way to the end, and let me know if you have any questions about minor scales, minor chords, left-hand patterns. All right, thanks so much, and I'll see you in the next video.